The Rich Formula, written and published by Rich Audiobooks. What if becoming rich wasn't about luck, but a repeatable formula? The Rich Formula isn't just about money, it's about mindset, mastery, and multiplying value. In a world full of noise, this is your blueprint to true, sustainable wealth, the kind that aligns with your purpose and fuels your freedom. Lesson 1. The Wealth Equation. Mindset plus action equals rich life. Success and wealth creation follow a fundamental equation that has shaped every great fortune throughout history. Mindset plus action equals rich life. This deceptively simple formula holds the key to transforming your financial destiny. But like any equation, each component must be precisely calibrated to achieve the desired result. Let's examine the first variable, mindset. Your mental framework around money, success, and abundance forms the foundation upon which all wealth-building actions rest. Think of mindset as the fertile soil that determines whether the seeds of opportunity will flourish or wither. A poverty mindset will reject opportunities that a wealth mindset naturally attracts and nurtures. The wealthy understand that their internal beliefs about money directly influence their external reality. The second variable, action, represents the tangible steps you take toward wealth creation. However, action without the proper mindset often leads to frustrated efforts and disappointing results. Consider two people starting identical businesses. One approaches it with a scarcity mindset, making decisions from a place of fear and limitation. The other operates from an abundance mindset, seeing possibilities where others see obstacles. Their divergent mindsets will lead to dramatically different actions and, consequently, vastly different outcomes. When mindset and action align properly, they create a powerful synergy that accelerates wealth creation. This alignment manifests in various ways: spotting opportunities others miss, maintaining persistence through challenges, maintaining decisions based on long-term value rather than short-term comfort, and building relationships that multiply success. The wealthy don't just think differently, they act differently because of how they think. The rich life outcome in our equation extends beyond mere financial abundance. It encompasses the freedom to make choices based on value rather than cost, the ability to impact others positively through your success, and the peace of mind that comes from financial security. This outcome isn't static, it's a dynamic state that continues to expand as your mindset evolves and your actions compound. Understanding this equation intellectually isn't enough. You must embody it. Start by examining your current mindset. What beliefs do you hold about money, about wealthy people, about your own potential for wealth? Your answers reveal the starting point of your journey. Then, audit your actions. Do they align with wealth creation, or are they more consistent with maintaining your current financial status? The wealth equation operates whether you're conscious of it or not. Those struggling financially often have mindsets and actions that work against each other, creating friction and resistance in their wealth-building efforts. The wealthy have learned to harmonize their mindset and actions, creating momentum that builds upon itself. You can begin shifting your equation today. Challenge each limiting belief about money that surfaces in your thoughts. Replace reactive financial decisions with strategic ones. Build relationships with those who've already mastered this equation. Study how successful people think and act, not to copy them exactly, but to understand the principles they've applied to their own wealth equation. This equation is personal. Your version of a rich life may look different from others, and that's perfectly fine. The key is ensuring your mindset and actions align with your unique vision of wealth and success. As you internalize and apply this equation, you'll find yourself naturally attracting and creating opportunities for wealth that previously seemed out of reach. This fundamental equation, mindset plus action equals rich life, will serve as your compass throughout this book, guiding you toward the financial reality you desire. In the following chapters, we'll dive deeper into each component, providing specific tools and techniques to optimize your personal wealth equation. Lesson 2. Unlearn Scarcity, Learn Abundance. From our earliest moments, we begin absorbing messages about money and resources. Parents anxiously discussing bills, teachers warning about limited opportunities, and media headlines screaming economic doom shape our fundamental beliefs about wealth. This scarcity programming runs deep, creating neural pathways that automatically process the world through a lens of not enough. The scarcity mindset manifests in subtle yet powerful ways. You might hesitate to invest in yourself, believing you can't afford it. Perhaps you hold on to broken items rather than replace them, or you feel guilty spending money on quality experiences. These behaviors aren't rational decisions. They're automated responses driven by deeply embedded scarcity patterns. Your brain is literally wired to notice what's missing rather than what's abundant. This evolutionary trait helped our ancestors survive by staying vigilant for dangers and scarce resources. But in today's world of unprecedented opportunity and abundance, this same wiring holds us back from recognizing and seizing wealth-building possibilities. The good news is that your brain's neuroplasticity allows you to rewire these patterns. Just as you learn scarcity, you can learn abundance. This process begins with awareness. Start noticing the language you use around money and resources. Do you frequently say, "I can't afford that," or "that's too expensive"? These phrases reinforce scarcity neural pathways. Shifting to abundance thinking requires consistent practice and exposure to new patterns. When you encounter something expensive, rather than automatically dismissing it, ask yourself, "How could I afford this?" This simple reframe activates different neural networks and begins creating new thought patterns oriented toward possibility rather than limitation. The abundance mindset recognizes that wealth isn't a zero-sum game. Someone else's success doesn't diminish your opportunities. In fact, surrounding yourself with successful people expands your conception of what's possible and provides concrete examples of abundance in action. Their success becomes proof that abundance is real and achievable. Your environment plays a crucial role in this rewiring process. The media you consume, the conversations you engage in, and the spaces you occupy either reinforce scarcity or cultivate abundance. Begin curating your environment intentionally. Subscribe to content that highlights opportunity and possibility. Engage in conversations about growth and expansion rather than limitation and lack. Physical spaces also influence your mindset. Clutter, disorganization, and worn-out items subconsciously reinforce scarcity thinking. Creating organized, beautiful spaces, even in small ways, sends powerful signals to your brain about abundance and sufficiency. This doesn't mean spending extravagantly, but rather treating your environment as a reflection of the abundance you're cultivating. The language of abundance goes beyond mere positive thinking. It's about developing a sophisticated understanding of how wealth actually works. Money is a renewable resource that flows and multiplies through value creation. When you solve problems, innovate, or provide services, you're not taking from a limited pie, you're expanding the pie itself. Your brain will initially resist this shift. It's programmed to return to familiar patterns, even when those patterns don't serve you. Expect this resistance and see it as evidence that you're challenging old neural pathways. Each time you choose an abundance perspective over a scarcity reaction, you strengthen new neural connections and weaken the old ones. The most powerful way to accelerate this rewiring is through direct experience. Start small. Allow yourself to buy the slightly better option, invest in learning a new skill, or say yes to an opportunity that stretches your comfort zone. Each positive experience with abundance creates evidence that contradicts scarcity programming and reinforces your new mindset. Lesson 3. Think like a Formula One millionaire. Just as Formula One drivers navigate their vehicles with precision and strategic thinking at breakneck speeds, wealthy people navigate the complex landscape of opportunities and challenges with similar calculated expertise. The millionaire mind operates on a different frequency, one that processes information, evaluates risks, and seizes opportunities with remarkable clarity and confidence. Wealthy people approach problems as stepping stones rather than roadblocks. When faced with a challenge, they immediately begin mapping multiple routes to their desired outcome, much like a Formula One driver visualizing the perfect racing line through a series of complex turns. This strategic thinking enables them to maintain momentum even when obstacles appear, adapting their approach without losing sight of their ultimate destination. The decision-making framework of the wealthy differs fundamentally from reactive thinking patterns. While most people make decisions based on immediate circumstances or emotions, millionaires evaluate choices through the lens of long-term value creation. They consider not just the immediate impact, but the compound effect of their decisions across time, relationships, and resources. This approach allows them to spot opportunities that others miss and to create value where others see only cost. Risk assessment for the wealthy isn't about avoiding risk, it's about understanding and managing it intelligently. Like Formula One drivers who push their machines to the limit while maintaining control, successful people know exactly when to accelerate and when to brake. They develop a refined sense of calculated risk-taking, understanding that the biggest risks often come not from action, but from inaction and missed opportunities. The wealthy cultivate a particular kind of alertness to opportunity that sets them apart. They train their minds to recognize patterns and connections that others overlook, developing what might be called an opportunity radar. This heightened awareness comes from consistently studying markets, industries, and human behavior, combined with the confidence to act decisively when an opportunity presents itself. Perhaps most importantly, the millionaire mindset encompasses an unstoppable persistence that turns setbacks into setups for future success. They understand that temporary failures are not endpoints but data points, valuable information to refine their approach. This resilience isn't born from blind optimism, but from a deep understanding that success is an iterative process, much like a Formula One team continuously fine-tuning their vehicle's performance. The wealthy also maintain unwavering focus on their core objectives while remaining flexible in their methods. They understand that there are multiple paths to success and stay adaptable in their approach while keeping their ultimate goals firmly in sight. This combination of focused determination and tactical flexibility allows them to navigate changing markets and circumstances with remarkable effectiveness. To think like a Formula One millionaire means developing a mind that processes information rapidly, makes decisions confidently, and executes plans precisely. It means training yourself to see beyond immediate circumstances to recognize larger patterns and opportunities. It means building the mental stamina to persist through challenges while maintaining the agility to adjust your approach when necessary. Most importantly, it means developing the discipline to consistently apply these thinking patterns until they become your natural way of operating in the world. By adopting these mental frameworks and decision-making patterns, you begin to see the world through the lens of possibility rather than limitation. Your mind becomes attuned to opportunities that previously went unnoticed, and you develop the confidence to act on them effectively. The Formula One millionaire mindset isn't just about thinking differently, it's about transforming your entire approach to life and success. Lesson 4. Visualize your richest life daily. Your mind possesses an extraordinary ability to shape reality through the power of visualization. Elite athletes, successful entrepreneurs, and wealthy people have long understood that seeing success in the mind precedes achieving it in the physical world. This visualization process isn't mere daydreaming, it's a scientifically validated method of programming your brain for success and wealth. When you engage in detailed visualization of your desired wealthy life, your brain activates many of the same neural pathways that fire during actual experiences. This neurological phenomenon creates a blueprint in your mind, making your goals feel more achievable and familiar. Your reticular activating system, the part of your brain that filters information, begins to notice opportunities aligned with your visualized future, opportunities you might have previously overlooked. The key to effective wealth visualization lies in engaging all your senses. When you picture your ideal wealthy life, incorporate the sounds of success, perhaps the gentle hum of your luxury car or the ocean waves near your beach house. Feel the textures of fine materials, smell the leather in your office, taste the celebrations of your achievements. The more vivid and detailed your visualization, the more powerful its impact on your subconscious mind. Timing plays a crucial role in visualization practice. The most potent moments for visualization are just before sleep and immediately upon waking, when your brain operates in theta waves, a state highly receptive to programming. During these periods, spend 10 to 15 minutes fully immersing yourself in your wealthy future. See yourself confidently making investment decisions, leading successful ventures, or enjoying the lifestyle your wealth provides. Your visualization must extend beyond material possessions to include the person you're becoming. Picture yourself embodying the characteristics of wealthy people, their posture, decision-making process, and way of interacting with others. Visualize yourself handling money with confidence, making shrewd business deals, and maintaining the discipline required for wealth accumulation. This identity-based visualization helps bridge the gap between your current self and your wealthy future self. Consistency trumps intensity in visualization practice. A daily 10-minute visualization routine proves more effective than sporadic hour-long sessions. Create a dedicated visualization space where you won't be interrupted, perhaps with objects that represent your wealthy future, vision boards, symbols of success, or photographs of your goals. These physical anchors reinforce your mental images and serve as constant reminders of your destination. Track the impact of your visualization practice by noting the subtle changes in your behavior and decision-making. You might find yourself naturally gravitating toward wealth-building opportunities, feeling more confident in financial situations, or making choices aligned with long-term prosperity rather than short-term gratification. These changes indicate that your visualization practice is successfully rewiring your neural pathways. As your visualization skills strengthen, incorporate problem-solving scenarios. Visualize yourself successfully navigating financial challenges, making wise investments during market downturns, or turning setbacks into opportunities. This mental rehearsal builds resilience and prepares you for real-world challenges while maintaining your unwavering focus on wealth creation. Visualization works in tandem with action. While your mind creates the blueprint for wealth, your actions build the structure. Use your visualization practice to generate motivation and clarity, then channel that energy into concrete steps toward your wealthy future. Each visualization session should naturally propel you toward productive action, creating a powerful cycle of mental preparation and physical execution in your wealth-building journey. Lesson 5. Program your subconscious for success. Your subconscious mind is like a powerful supercomputer that runs in the background of your life, processing millions of bits of information and directing your automatic behaviors and responses. This hidden force shapes your financial reality more than you might realize, which is why programming it deliberately for success becomes crucial in your wealth-building journey. Think of your subconscious as a garden where every thought, belief, and experience plants a seed. Without conscious intervention, this garden grows both flowers and weeds, beneficial and limiting beliefs about money and success. The key is to become an intentional gardener of your subconscious mind, carefully selecting and nurturing the thoughts that will bear the fruit of wealth and abundance. Your subconscious doesn't distinguish between real and imagined experiences. This remarkable feature allows you to use visualization and emotional engagement to create new neural pathways that support wealth creation. When you vividly imagine yourself making confident financial decisions, closing successful deals, or achieving your wealth goals while feeling the associated positive emotions, your brain records these as real experiences and begins to wire itself accordingly. The most effective way to access and reprogram your subconscious mind is during the alpha and theta brainwave states. These occur naturally when you're deeply relaxed, such as just before falling asleep or upon waking. During these times, your conscious mind's resistance is lower, allowing new programming to take root more easily. Use these precious moments to feed your mind with carefully crafted wealth affirmations and success images. One powerful technique for subconscious programming is the creation of a personal wealth movie. Before sleep, play through a detailed mental film of your ideal wealthy life. Include all sensory experiences, the feel of your success, the sounds of achievement, the views from your dream home, the conversations you have as a wealthy individual. Make this movie as detailed and emotionally engaging as possible. Your subconscious will begin accepting these images as blueprints for reality. Your physical environment plays a crucial role in programming your subconscious mind. Surround yourself with symbols and reminders of wealth and success. This might include vision boards, inspiring artwork, books about wealth, or objects that represent your financial goals. Your subconscious constantly absorbs information from your environment, so make sure every element supports your wealth programming. The language you use, both internally and externally, directly programs your subconscious mind. Replace phrases like, "I can't afford it," with, "How can I afford it?" or, "I choose to invest in opportunities that align with my wealth goals." This subtle shift transforms your subconscious from a barrier to wealth into a solution-finding mechanism that actively seeks ways to create abundance. Music and sound can bypass conscious resistance and deliver powerful programming directly to your subconscious. Consider creating a wealth soundtrack, music that makes you feel abundant, successful, and powerful. Listen to this soundtrack during your morning routine, workout, or commute to reinforce your wealth programming throughout the day. Your subconscious mind operates 24/7, whether you're actively programming it or not. Every thought, word, and action either strengthens or weakens your wealth consciousness. By taking control of this programming, you ensure that this powerful force works consistently toward your financial success rather than against it. Your subconscious mind is your most loyal servant. Train it well, and it will faithfully create the wealthy life you envision. Lesson 6. Remove mental blocks to money flow. Our relationship with money often runs deeper than we realize, rooted in experiences and beliefs formed long before we had any real understanding of wealth. These mental blocks act like invisible barriers, silently sabotaging our financial potential and keeping us trapped in patterns that don't serve our highest good. The good news is that once we identify these blocks, we can systematically remove them and create new pathways for abundance to flow into our lives. Think of your mind as a vast network of neural highways. Some of these pathways were created during childhood, when you overheard your parents arguing about money, witnessed financial struggle, or absorbed societal messages about wealth being evil or unattainable. These early experiences created deep grooves in your mental landscape, directing your thoughts and actions around money along predetermined routes that may be limiting your potential. The first step in removing these blocks is becoming aware of them. Pay attention to your automatic reactions when money opportunities arise. Do you immediately think, "I can't afford it," when presented with an investment opportunity? Do you feel guilty when you receive unexpected money? These reactions are clues pointing to your underlying mental blocks. Write them down as they surface, without judgment. This awareness alone begins to loosen their hold on your financial reality. Your subconscious mind holds these blocks in place through emotional attachments. Perhaps you associate wealth with losing friends, betraying your family's values, or becoming someone you don't like. These emotional ties need to be acknowledged and released. Try this powerful exercise. Close your eyes and imagine your biggest financial fear coming true. Feel the emotions fully, then consciously choose to release them, knowing they're based on false assumptions and past conditioning rather than present reality. Cognitive restructuring is a powerful tool for creating new mental pathways around money. When you catch yourself thinking a limiting thought like, "money is hard to come by," immediately replace it with an empowering alternative such as, "money flows easily to me when I provide value to others." This isn't mere positive thinking. You're literally rewiring your neural pathways through consistent, conscious redirection of thought patterns. The language you use about money matters tremendously. Your brain processes every word you speak as an instruction for reality creation. Replace phrases like, "I can't afford it," with, "How can I afford it?" This simple shift moves you from a blocked state to a solution-oriented mindset that attracts opportunities. Start speaking about money with respect, gratitude, and expectation of its positive presence in your life. Physical movement can help release mental blocks stored in your body. When you feel resistance around money matters, engage in activities that create flow. Dance, run, swim, or practice yoga. Combined with conscious intention to release financial blocks, physical movement helps shift stagnant energy and create space for new possibilities to emerge. Creating new mental pathways requires consistent practice and patience. Each time you choose an empowering thought over a limiting one, you strengthen the neural networks supporting your financial success. Celebrate small wins and acknowledge your progress. Every step forward, no matter how small, moves you closer to complete financial freedom. Your current financial reality is a reflection of past thinking. As you remove mental blocks and establish new thought patterns, your external circumstances will naturally begin to shift. Stay committed to this inner work, knowing that the temporary discomfort of changing old patterns is far outweighed by the permanent freedom of living without self-imposed limitations on your wealth potential. Lesson 7. Design daily routines that support wealth. The architecture of your daily routines shapes the foundation of your wealth-building journey. Every successful wealth creator understands that random actions produce random results, while carefully designed routines create predictable success. Your daily habits are either moving you closer to or further from your financial goals, and there's no neutral ground. The most critical period of your day begins the moment you open your eyes. Wealthy people don't immediately reach for their phones or scroll through social media. Instead, they engage in what's called a golden hour, 60 minutes dedicated to setting the day's trajectory. This period typically includes meditation, reading, exercise, and strategic planning. This isn't about following someone else's morning routine. It's about designing a sequence that aligns with your peak energy levels and wealth objectives. Throughout the day, successful wealth creators maintain what's known as wealth blocks. designated time periods where they focus exclusively on high-value activities. These blocks might include market analysis, investment research, business development, or skill enhancement. The key is to protect these time blocks with the same vigilance you'd protect your most valuable assets, because that's exactly what they are. Energy management supersedes time management in the wealth creation journey. Your most important wealth-building activities should align with your peak energy periods. For most people, this means tackling complex financial decisions and creative problem-solving in the morning hours when mental clarity is highest. Lower-stakes activities can be scheduled during natural energy dips, typically in the early afternoon. The wealthy understand that physical vitality directly impacts financial success. Regular exercise, proper nutrition, and adequate rest aren't luxury activities. They're essential components of the wealth-building process. A fatigued mind makes poor financial decisions, while an energized body provides the stamina needed for long-term wealth creation. Your environment plays a crucial role in supporting or undermining your wealth routines. Successful people create spaces that minimize decision fatigue and maximize productive focus. This might mean having a dedicated workspace, organizing financial documents systematically, or establishing automatic reminders for wealth-building activities. The goal is to reduce friction in executing your wealth creation routine. Evening routines are equally important as morning rituals. The most successful wealth creators use their evening hours to review the day's progress, plan for tomorrow, and engage in learning activities that expand their financial knowledge. This might include reading investment literature, studying market trends, or networking with other wealth-minded people. Weekly and monthly practices anchor your daily routines in larger wealth-building cycles. Successful people regularly schedule time for portfolio reviews, goal assessment, and strategy adjustment. These broader reviews help ensure that daily activities remain aligned with long-term wealth objectives and allow for course corrections when needed. Technology can either enhance or disrupt your wealth-building routines. The key is using it intentionally. Automated payment systems, investment tracking apps, and scheduling tools can streamline wealth-building activities. However, the same devices can become sources of distraction if not managed properly. Wealthy people establish clear boundaries around technology use, ensuring it serves their financial goals rather than derailing them. The most powerful routines become so ingrained that they feel natural and automatic. This is achieved through consistent repetition and unwavering commitment. While it may feel challenging initially to maintain these wealth-supporting routines, remember that each day of consistent action rewires your neural pathways, making wealth-building behaviors increasingly effortless over time. Lesson 8. Align thoughts, words, and actions with abundance. True wealth creation occurs when your internal dialogue, spoken words, and daily actions harmoniously align with abundance. This alignment creates a powerful resonance that attracts opportunities and manifests prosperity in ways that might seem miraculous to others, but are simply the natural result of achieving complete congruence in your wealth consciousness. Your thoughts form the foundation of this alignment. Every moment your mind processes thousands of thoughts, creating neural pathways that either support or undermine your wealth journey. When you consistently direct your thoughts toward abundance, you strengthen the neural networks associated with wealth creation. This isn't merely positive thinking, it's deliberate mental programming that shapes your reality. Your words serve as bridges between thoughts and actions. Each time you speak about money, success, or opportunities, you're broadcasting your internal wealth frequency to the world. Many people unconsciously sabotage their wealth through casual negative statements about money, rich people, or their own financial situation. Transform your vocabulary to reflect the prosperity you desire. Replace phrases like, "I can't afford it," with, "How can I make this happen?" Or, "That's too expensive," with, "I'm choosing to invest my money elsewhere right now." Actions are where most people encounter the greatest misalignment. They may think abundantly and speak optimistically, but their behaviors reveal deeper contradictions. True alignment means your actions naturally flow from your thoughts and words without internal resistance. When you're fully aligned, you don't need to force yourself to take wealth-building actions. They become your default mode of operation. The power of alignment manifests in your energy signature. People can sense whether you're genuinely confident about wealth or merely pretending. This authentic alignment attracts others who resonate with abundance, creating natural networking opportunities and business connections. Your aligned energy becomes a magnet for wealth-building relationships and opportunities. Consider how you handle daily financial decisions. An aligned person doesn't agonize over spending money on valuable investments or necessary resources for growth. They make clear decisions based on value and return on investment, free from the emotional baggage that often accompanies money choices. This alignment eliminates the internal struggle many people experience when making financial decisions. Physical environments play a crucial role in maintaining alignment. Your workspace, home, and personal appearance should reflect the prosperity you're cultivating. This doesn't mean artificial displays of wealth, but rather an attention to quality, organization, and aesthetics that mirror your internal standards. Your environment becomes both a reflection and reinforcement of your wealth consciousness. Practicing alignment requires constant awareness and adjustment. Throughout your day, pause to check if your thoughts, words, and actions are in harmony with your wealth goals. When you notice misalignment, adjust immediately. This real-time correction prevents the accumulation of contradictory patterns that could undermine your wealth creation. The most powerful aspect of alignment is its compound effect over time. Each aligned thought, word, and action builds upon the previous ones, creating an unstoppable momentum toward wealth. This alignment becomes your natural state, making wealth creation effortless and inevitable. Your entire being becomes a coherent force field of abundance, attracting and generating wealth through every interaction and decision. Alignment isn't about perfection, it's about consistency and authenticity. There will be moments of misalignment, but your awareness and commitment to realignment keep you on the path to wealth. As you practice this principle, you'll find yourself naturally thinking, speaking, and acting in ways that generate abundance, making the rich formula an intrinsic part of who you are. Lesson 9. Rewrite your money identity. Your money identity is the core story you tell yourself about wealth, abundance, and your relationship with financial success. This deeply embedded narrative shapes every financial decision you make, often without your conscious awareness. Think of your money identity as the operating system running in the background of your financial life. It either empowers your choices or sabotages your progress toward wealth. Most people inherit their money identity from their early environment, absorbing beliefs and attitudes about wealth from their parents, community, and culture. Perhaps you grew up hearing phrases like, "money doesn't grow on trees," or "rich people are greedy." These seemingly innocent statements become powerful programming that shapes your adult relationship with money. Your current financial reality is likely a direct reflection of this inherited money identity. The good news is that you can consciously choose to rewrite your money identity at any time. This process begins with awareness, studying your current beliefs, behaviors, and emotional responses around money. Notice the automatic thoughts that arise when you think about wealth. Pay attention to your physical reactions when handling money or making financial decisions. These observations provide valuable insight into your existing money identity. Creating your new money identity requires intention and creativity. Start by crafting a compelling narrative about who you are in relationship to wealth. Are you a masterful money manager, a confident investor, an abundance magnet? Your new identity should feel slightly uncomfortable, restraining beyond your current self-identity while remaining within the realm of possibility. Write out this new identity in present tense, first-person statements that engage multiple senses and emotions. Living into your new money identity demands consistent practice. Begin making decisions from the perspective of your wealthy self. Ask yourself, what would someone with my desired money identity do in this situation? This simple question helps bridge the gap between your current and aspired financial self. The more you act in alignment with your new money identity, the more natural and authentic it becomes. Your physical environment plays a crucial role in reinforcing your new money identity. Surround yourself with symbols and reminders of wealth consciousness. This might mean upgrading your workspace, dressing in a way that reflects success, or creating a dedicated wealth-building command center in your home. These external anchors help cement your internal transformation. Relationships strongly influence identity, so carefully consider the people you spend time with as you develop your wealthy self. Seek out mentors and peers who already embody the money identity you desire. Their example provides a living blueprint for your transformation. Similarly, you may need to create healthy boundaries with those who reinforce your old money identity or resist your evolution. Your new money identity will face challenges and tests, When old patterns emerge or setbacks occur, treat them as opportunities to strengthen your commitment to your wealthy self. Each time you choose your new identity over habitual responses, you deepen the neural pathways of wealth consciousness. Your money identity becomes increasingly stable and natural through these moments of conscious choice. Language shapes identity, so develop a wealthy vocabulary that reflects your new money identity. Replace phrases like "I can't afford it" with "I'm choosing to invest elsewhere." "That's too expensive" into "What would make this investment worthwhile?" These subtle shifts in language create corresponding shifts in your self-concept and, ultimately, your financial reality. Lesson 10. Make the rich formula your new normal. The journey of transformation from ordinary thinking to the rich formula mindset culminates in making these new patterns your default operating system. Just as a computer's operating system runs silently in the background, managing all vital functions, your new wealth consciousness must become the automatic foundation for how you process information, make decisions, and navigate life. This integration happens through consistent, deliberate practice until the new patterns become second nature. Think about how you learned to drive a car. Initially, every action required intense focus and conscious effort. Now you likely drive while holding conversations or thinking about other matters because those driving skills have been deeply embedded in your neural pathways. The same principle applies to your wealth consciousness. The key to making the rich formula your new normal lies in understanding the 3 stages of habit formation: mechanical repetition, emotional connection, and identity integration. In the mechanical stage, you consciously practice the wealth mindset techniques you've learned throughout this book. You might feel like you're faking it or forcing yourself to think differently. This is natural and necessary. Keep going. The emotional stage begins when you start experiencing small wins and positive results from your new thinking patterns. These successes create powerful emotional anchors that reinforce your new behaviors. Identity integration occurs when you no longer need to remind yourself to think abundantly or make wealth-conscious decisions. It simply becomes who you are. You know you've reached this stage when scarcity thoughts feel foreign and uncomfortable, while abundance thinking feels natural and right. Your brain has literally rewired itself to align with wealth consciousness. To accelerate this integration process, create environmental triggers that constantly reinforce your new operating system. Surround yourself with visual reminders of your wealth goals. Choose media consumption that aligns with abundance thinking. Cultivate relationships with people who operate at your desired level of wealth consciousness. Your environment shapes your thoughts far more than most people realize. Another powerful integration technique is to teach the rich formula principles to others. When you explain these concepts to someone else, you deepen your own understanding and strengthen your neural pathways. Look for opportunities to mentor others or share your wealth wisdom in conversations. The act of teaching forces your brain to organize and synthesize information in new ways, making the principles even more deeply embedded in your psyche. Monitor your automatic responses to financial situations and opportunities. These instantaneous reactions reveal whether the rich formula has truly become your default operating system. When faced with an unexpected expense, do you immediately think of lack and limitation, or do you automatically seek the opportunity within the challenge? When a new business idea presents itself, does your mind jump to all the reasons it won't work, or do you naturally explore its potential? Maintaining your new operating system requires regular updates, just like computer software. Continue to seek out new knowledge about wealth creation. Stay current with emerging opportunities in the changing economic landscape. Regularly refine and upgrade your wealth consciousness through books, seminars, and relationships with other wealth-minded people. Your rich formula operating system should be dynamic and evolving, not static. The ultimate test of whether the rich formula has become your new normal is how you respond under pressure. In moments of stress or crisis, humans naturally revert to their most deeply ingrained patterns of thinking and behavior. When you find yourself automatically applying abundance principles and wealth consciousness, even in challenging situations, you'll know that the transformation is complete. The rich formula is no longer something you do, it's who you are.